Why is this sparkling? Oh, I think we're okay there. All right, guys, I want you to look at me right in the eyes. I'm sorry, okay? I apologize. The Owl Druid video that I made a couple weeks ago not only was the wrong list, it was not a good list. It was the very first games that I played in Hearthstone during the mini set, and I have to admit, it was not the deck. But in order to apologize to all the people's dust that I might have assassinated over the past couple of weeks, I am making not just one, not two, but 3 whole videos dedicated to getting better at Owl Druid. And the way that I'm going to do this is that I have this video that I am making now where I'm going to showcase what I believe is probably the best Owl Druid if played correctly. I have another video, another deck list that I will be showcasing. And then I have the last and third video that will be showcasing the best ways of comboing, because I know every now and again people want to see like the best, you know, combos in action, but when it came to first gathering clips for Owl Druid, it was sometimes really difficult to set up a situation where I could actually pop off a gigantic combo or do like a very specific setup that I explained in my theoretical deck breakdowns. But in order to apologize, because I know that a lot of you guys probably got baited by it, but trust me, Owl Druid really is one of the best decks that you can play right now, but you gotta know what you're doing. So make sure you hit that sub button, and if you like the shirts that we're wearing, the shirt of the day is the Celestial Bay tee. And the reason why I think it was very appropriate for this video is because boomkins are all about, you know, celestial nature and the moon, right? So go ahead and get 10% off with coupon code ClarkHS10 to get this shirt for 10% off. But now that we talked about that, let's talk about Druid in the meta, because I really do believe that this deck is one of the best decks you can play right now, but I'm going to show you that it has a little bit of a learning curve, and we can kind of see this play out in the data. So Druid, you know, global win rate, 46% win rate. It's not really that good. Demon Hunter has officially fallen to the bottom as I've recorded this video, and over the past week, Rogue was at the bottom, Sham was at the bottom, and now Demon Hunter's at the bottom. So there's actually a lot of, you know, activity that's going on the Hearthstone ladder right now. But if we look at Druid in particular within the legend ranks, it just doesn't look good. I've decided to not even look at, you know, diamond through legend stats when it comes to Druid, at least with HS replay, because one, there's not really a lot of data. Number two, it really doesn't look good. You just don't want to see it. And I don't want to sell you guys on the idea that this deck is bad in, you know, diamond through legend. What's going on is that diamond through legend players do not know what they're doing with this deck. And as of, you know, these legend stats, you can see that the highest win rate is a 46% over 1,400 games, or with the most popular list, about 4,000 games, but barely cracking a 45%. But when you go up the top 1,600 games, you're sitting at about a 45%, which again isn't that insane of an uptick. But if you go to Donkey, and this is why it's very important to check out more than just one Hearthstone website, HS Replay is showing that, you know, Owl Druid may not be worth learning, but if you go to Donkey, you know, diamond through legend, you can already see the Druid decks that are popular are going to be the Spell Druid, the Spell Damage, you know, Tempo Druid, Highlander Druid, but here is OWNLONIUS Druid sitting at a 43%. But look at how many games there are here. 10,000 games with this list right here versus about 3,000 games with another list. Then we go up to about top 10K, and the win rates are actually getting better. We have a 47% win rate, a 46% win rate, a 45% win rate, but then when we go to top 1,000, we are actually cracking 48%, 47%. We are literally seeing people getting better as they are playing this deck, but I really don't believe people are understanding the turns that are happening until you get to top 1,000, because this is a deck that has a lot of setup and a lot of homework that you have to do. And you know what? You better give a huge shout out to TicTac, because he has been essentially carrying the OWNLONIUS Druid on his back right now. And there's another video that I will be coming out with that showcases another creator that is doing a lot for OWNLONIUS Druid, so it's not just TicTac, but TicTac has been solely responsible for this version of the deck that you are seeing. The Chia Drake, the Dragons featuring in with the Puppet Master Dorian, OWNLONIUS, as well as ENR and cover artist. This is the deck that TicTac has been essentially crafting from, you know, the forges of Tartarus himself. Like, this has not been an easy feat. He's been working on this since the mini sets happened, and the reason why I know this is because he and I have been talking a lot about OWNLONIUS Druid, and honestly, he and I were DMing each other on the first day of the expansion, solely talking about this deck. And honestly, he's put in so much work here that he actually has a guide that goes into a lot of the very specifics of this deck. And I will be explaining some of the things on this guide, but if you really want to understand the math itself and, you know, what happens with this deck, utilize this guide. It's a very, very effective resource. In order to sell you on TicTac, he has peaked at rank 50 legend as of yesterday playing this deck, so he's probably chilling around top 100 or something right now, but he started around top 2000 legend and climbed all the way to this rank that you see right now, and I think he's actually streaming right now, so let's see where he is. He's currently sitting at rank 78. Boom. And he's currently playing Druid. What do you expect? Now, granted, he is playing a different version right now, which is the other version of the deck that we will be going over later. But let's finally break down the deck itself, because this deck is very, very complicated, and you just have to get used to how this deck plays out. Because this is one of those things to where if you're counting out every single turn, and if you're counting your damage every single turn, not only are you probably not thinking about every single one of your outs, this deck is mentally exhausting. If you do all that counting for like one game, you're going to wear yourself out so quickly, and like I really don't know how else to describe it other than just like checking out some of the streamers that play this deck and then watch them after like 3 hours. Like there are some times where TicTac and I, after a couple of hours, are like, dude, I am just like absolutely done, and we have been playing so much of this deck and it still puts us in these situations. So like if you start feeling a little shell shot after playing this deck, it is 100% normal. But the way that you want to try and play this deck is that the dragons are in here for tempo. The dragons are in this deck specifically to put onto the board, so that way you have ways of mitigating damage rather than just throwing your spells every single time. Now, the reason why you're going to have to throw out your spells is because swipe is not only just a win condition to do gigantic amounts of burst to the face, it's also a control tool. And the reason why it's a control tool is because of Magical Dollhouse increasing the spell damage, so that way, you know, the AoE effect of the swipe is also impacted by the spell damage. So remember Nature Shaman, where there'd be some situations where you would focus more on clearing the board and then setting up your OTK? It's very similar to that. But again, the dragons are very useful, not only because they get you bored, but you draw spells with them. And in the situations to where you're not drawing spells, you can actually use the 1-mana Drake for spell damage in order to charge up your swipes for even more board control. So this is one way that you can actually, you know, mitigate boards that are constantly being flooded by your opponent. But here's the thing, you can't play like a control deck. You cannot destroy every single board. You have to destroy the important boards and the ones that are pressuring a bunch of damage. If you know there's like 2 minions or 3 minions that have 2 attack, that's not that big of a problem. But if you have a bunch of minions with like 4 or 5 attack, you kind of have to do something about that. So, you know, mitigate the board as much as you can, but do not play like a control deck. That is my tip number 1. Tip number 2 is just going for ramp and going for mana discounts. The way that you set up the combo is by quickly ramping up with your Splish Splash Whelp, and there are some situations to where you can use Malfurion's Gift as a wild growth, but if you're ever going to do this, I would say to only use 1 gift as a wild growth. The big trade-off with doing this is the fact that this is also technically another swipe, so if you don't have another swipe in your hand and you're going up against a deck that really forces you to remove their minions, then you might need to hold on to this for that swipe. So knowing how to use your Malfurion's Gift is very important. And a lot of this is in the guide, by the way, but these are the very specific things that focus on the survivability of this deck. You need to survive before you can combo. You can't just hoard all your combo pieces, and that's why the flexibility of cards like Malfurion's Gift are very important to point out. Now, one synergy that absolutely makes this deck possible is Puppet Master Dorian, and I told you guys that Dorian would break Druid one way or another. And the main reason why this card is very good is because you want to survive. So having cards like Pendant of Earth legitimately, you know, as a card to heal is really good. You want that in the deck. So putting in Dorian to give ourselves that high roll of the 1-mana OWNLONIUS or the 1-mana ENR, that is very effective. And another reason why this is so effective is because sometimes you just want 2 copies of OWNLONIUS. Why does it matter having a 1-mana copy and a 7-mana copy? Are you ever going to play the 7-mana copy? Well, what if I told you you could play the 7-mana copy for free? This is where the deck starts to get weird, because there are some situations to where you have Sparkling Vial that you have to somehow thread into the combo to either play your ENR or your OWNLONIUS for 0 mana. These are the situations that really turn a good player into a great player, because if you can spot these sort of synergies and these kind of combos, you can actually, you know, set up really ridiculous OTKs. Let's give this example. Let's say that we have a magical dollhouse on the field already, and we have our Dorian value that we got from our Pendant of Earth, and we have 2 OWNLONIUSes in hand. We have a 1 mana OWNLONIUS and a 7 mana OWNLONIUS. If there is a way to build up enough spell damage to where you play the magical dollhouse, you activate the magical dollhouse, you play the 1 mana OWNLONIUS, you have 2 spell damage that is getting doubled, which means that your Sparkling Vial is 2 damage and now has an additional 4 damage on top of it. So for 3 mana, you are discounting your next card by 6, which means you could play the next OWNLONIUS for 1 mana, which means you have 3 spell damage that is now being quadrupled. So all of your spells are having an additional 3, 6, 12, 24 extra damage, I believe, if I'm counting this correctly. Like, again, the math is always a little bit wacky, and I'm doing this very quickly just for the sake of the video and the fact that I've been recording this for over 10 minutes. But there is a lot to talk about with this deck, and I haven't even gotten to the ways that you use your Lifebinder's Gift, the way to utilize the toy chest, because sometimes you just have to use this with your Dorian. How to use the cover artist. Do you always use it with ENR or OWNLONIUS? It depends on the situations. So you have to watch the gameplay clips. Check out that article. There is so much, you know, to learn from this deck that I'm panning right now, but I'm not done yet, okay? We have more to talk about still. The last piece of advice that I will give you guys before I tell you to really check out the article and specifically the gameplay clips is what to keep in the mulligan, because every now and again it can be a little bit confusing. But most of the time you want to keep Chia Drake and you want to keep Take to the Skies because you just want to draw your dragons. You can keep Splish Splash Whelp, but I usually do not keep this card by itself because it is a really bad card to have in hand if you do not have the Drake. But the reason why the Drake is a card that I usually keep in my mulligan, even if I'm going up against like somewhat of an aggressive deck, is because I want to draw spells. Now, like keeping this card against aggro is not something you want to do every single time, but you really want to keep this card, especially if you're on coin or if you have Innervate, since it is just a really effective card, and having a 3/5 is a really effective way of getting rid of minions. But yeah, keep your Chia Drake, keep your Take to the Skies against matchups that are a little bit slower, or if you have the coin, you definitely just want to keep the Drake. The other cards that you usually keep in your mulligan are going to be your Magical Dollhouse, Living Roots in some situations to where you want to kill 2 HP minions. You can keep Bottomless Toy Chest if you have the Magical Dollhouse. You can keep Frost Lotus Seedling, and you can actually keep Pendant of Earth in some situations, but this is only a card I would keep in matchups where greeting against like slower decks is possible, because every now and again you could use a Pendant of Earth in order to, like, you know, draw a key minion in order to draw that Chia Drake against like a control deck, so you can just have that tempo. But this is a card that you usually don't want to keep unless you have Dorian, but keeping Dorian and keeping Pendant of Earth in the mulligan is probably going to lead to some very unsavory outcomes. So do not, you know, just turbo fixate on Dorian. Dorian is a card that you want to take advantage of when the opportunity presents itself. You do not just want to turbo fixate on trying to make this happen every single time, because if you do, you are going to be throwing lines that are all about survivability. And remember, this deck is all about surviving first and then building the combo. That's how you have to play these sort of decks, because if you fixate on your combo cards, you're going to take a lot of damage that you could have prevented. Oh boy. All right. I know that was a lot, but there's even more information coming out about this deck if you are somebody that is really trying to learn Owl Druid. So if you like this kind of content, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, check out the Patreon, check out the shirt links. We got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of things that are happening these next couple of days, but most of it is going to be concerning how to play this deck. So if you love Owl Druid, then you're absolutely going to love the direction that the content is going. So thank you so much for making it to the end of this very long deck breakdown, and we'll see you for the next video. My favorite Hades player plays Hearthstone. I know, right? It's very shocking. Code? If you go to HS Gurus, you should be able to find it there. And if it's not there, then let me know.
My dreaming ends.
Alright, I still feel extremely weird about the Fizzle being in the deck, but trust TicTac when it comes to Owl Druid. He's the only one that knows what he's doing. Leroy endings? Yup. Ow. Freaking Leroy. That emote, yeah, I know. I'm very much aware of it, and you could honestly report Micaiah for Don't share Owl Druid with anyone. Oops, already showed it to everybody. It's on the internet now. It'll never go away. I guess the only option you have now is to play it. Yo, what's going on, Larry? You gotta see him, man. I don't want to play the second dollhouse, so I'm not going to. Like, the reason to not play the dollhouse is because if I don't have like the combo by turn 9, Leroy can Reno can happen, and then I lose both of the dollhouses. No, if it's of interest to you, you be the first. I can already hear TicTac shaking his head. You're not usually supposed to ramp here, but I don't know what else to do. Ramping seems perfectly fine if I want to do this into this and get more mana. Or maybe we can Dorian, but it feels a little too soon to go for Dorian. I'm losing the aggro with Owl, kill all aggro, so I can play aggro? Nah, bro, what you need to do is just increase your rank. The only reason why you're going up against aggro is probably because of the rank that you're at. There's a certain rank where aggro starts to fizzle out. No dragons. I wanted a dragon. Come on, man. Give me my dragons. Warrior Resident Sleeper. Yep. I don't like this deck. I don't like it at all. I don't like green eggs and ham, man. Wait, he chose card draw? Why is this so bad? I mean, dude, I'm like a pendant of earth away and a dragon away from finally having good cards. Okay. Discounting this hand does not feel good. We're pretty much only discounting gift and funnel cake. Dude, I have to draw a dragon next turn. There's no way. What the heck is this song? Bro, you haven't heard of Bo Burnham's Welcome to the Internet? This was like the breakthrough album or special or specifically song that happened during pandemic. This was like 2020, 2021, I think. No. Okay. Well, I don't have Fizzle now to stop this from happening in the future. Dude, why are these my draws? No Chia Drake, no Take to the Skies, no Pendant of Earth, no second Splish Splash, no Bottomless Toy Chest.
Are you thinking?
Like, come on, man. Games like this make people think that Owl Druid is completely dependent on its matchups, and to a degree it kind of is, but it shouldn't be this bad. Pendant? Like, come on, something. This is the worst Highlander deck, and actually it being played the worst I've ever seen. Come on, playable card. Helpful card. I have nothing I can do.
Contemplation.
You know the funny thing? I think I win the game if I top deck OWNLONIUS. Do I? No, I don't even win with OWNLONIUS. Okay, here's a way I can maybe win. Hit Pendant. I've got literally 8 mana in my hand for free. So spend 7, spend another 7, then spend 3. That actually is fucking doable, dude. And this is probably the reason why Fizzle, like, if I would have played Fizzle, I would be able to play my cards and do something. Versus having to sit here and wait. Oh man, I'm at 9 mana and the Chia and this is finally playable. That is disgraceful. Really, dude?
Make your choice. Time is fleeting.
I think we're losing this one, dude. I think we might be losing this one. The draws were just way too terrible. If I can get a pendant, then maybe. If I can get a pendant, there is a shot. Free mana top deck. Like, I drew all the cards that I need to draw like turns ago. But if I can get the Pendant of Earth, there is a shot. I need the pendant, dude. It's actually doable. Please, for the love of God, don't play Reno. How many minions in my deck? ENR, Alonius, cover artist, so it's guaranteed as long as I don't top deck Alonius. Reno, double boom boss. Was that maybe a reason to keep my hand full? So not lose immediately to boom boss? This coin Reno.
Well, looking for a standoff? Careful, it's against me.
You're merely a pawn for the puppet master.
I think we win now. It's really annoying how I just won if Reno wasn't there. God damn it. The only thing that matters is Rat. Rat can miss, though.
Do you have this?
Let's hope he just plays Boom Boss. What if he just plays Boom Boss? It just accepts his fate. It doesn't look like he's gonna win here, dude.
Do you have this in a bigger size?
Oh my god. Is he playing like a bunch of mechs and stuff? I mean, that's gotta be. Oh my god, he's actually playing the mech package. This isn't even quote unquote Clark Warrior. This is worse Warrior. I gotta swipe last. Okay, I don't know how much damage this is, but it's a decent chunk. It's definitely gonna be a decent chunk of damage. Wait, is this not lethal? No, it is. It is. It is. Of course it's lethal. And I could even technically go for more with that. Oh my lord. Whew. I had technically more damage and I could have gone for it, but I just wanted that game over. I just wanted that game over, dude. Oh my lord. Okay, yeah, I don't know, man. That was a great test of how you have to be patient with this deck. Why does Fizzle have the highest win rate against Hunter?
Errors upon errors.
All right. Last day for a dwarf is the first day of a story that's yet to come. Winter Saga. Oh, by Windrose. It's gonna be kind of weird to go from MF Doom to Windrose, but I'm all for it. All right, I gotta kill this. So we're just gonna play the secrets next turn. Never a bad time for some Windrose. Trying to think of a time. I was about to be like a funeral, but you could honestly play some Windrose songs at a funeral. You actually could, and it wouldn't be like tasteless. Is Mining Rogue worth crafting? Very much so. It's a very good deck. Mining Rogue is kind of king of the ladder in my opinion. It's not Ice Trap. Probably explosive then. Okay, so these other two secrets are probably explosive and like hidden meaning or something. Could definitely take the discount next turn because all these cards are great to discount. There's a bunch of Windrose songs that actually go hard at a funeral. Maybe not Drunken Dwarves, though. That sounds like a great song to play at a funeral. Because what do you think people are going to do after the service? They're going to become very drunken dwarves. And they're going to remember the good old days with their buddy. Now, Fizzle is not really what I want to do in this matchup. But is it actually the way? okay with that being back in my hand. Do I think Highlander Paladin is good enough to hit Legend from D5? I was spamming it the last 3 days, but D5 to 3 to 5, losing my mental, to be honest. I mean, dude, keep this in mind. If you have if you have above a 50% win rate, you should be fine. As in, like, don't let the game upset you because you're not getting the rank that you're getting. Like, if the deck is performing at around a 50%, that's good. It's just a matter of getting enough games in. It's just frustrating that you have to put enough time. You have to put more time into it. I could totally get that. But if you got a 50% win rate, the deck is working. You just gotta play more games. Okay, so bargain bin. Oh god, what was the other secret? It was freezing trap. Do I bother trying to... Do I trigger the secret? Yay or nay?
Contemplation.
To be at 10 mana, I'm gaining armor next turn. Let's just do it. To figure out what it is. Okay, it was hidden minion the whole time. So we got the draw 2, gain 10. And then we could figure out what we're doing from there. Maybe we top deck the Dorian. Do I think Spell Token Hunter is viable? Once you hit Legend, the deck falls off hard. But I think this guy is playing Highlander. Oh wait, no, he is playing Highlander because he played the Thordurin. Token Hunter, it doesn't seem that good in my opinion. What I think is tier 1 after the patch. Mining Rogue. This is not any particular order, by the way. These are just the tier 1 decks in my opinion. So Mining Rogue, Insanity Warlock. I hate to say it, but Highlander Warrior. Like, those are the 3 decks that everyone was playing yesterday at Top Legend. Yo? Wait a minute. The Snapshot? Wait a minute. How much damage is this? 1, 2, 3. We could find the OWNLONIUS from this. Dude, I think we have lethal next turn. Wait, is it lethal this turn? I think it's lethal this turn. I don't want to fuck this up. I really don't want to fuck this up. So in order to not just like immediately lose the game, I'm just gonna draw a spell. I think there was lethal here though. I think there was definitely lethal here, so I'm gonna oops my opponent so he hopefully doesn't just like unga bunga kill me. But that last turn was lethal. But I hate to say it, I'm just lazy. I'm lazy and I don't want to throw away the game. Let's see if this guy actually even sits through everything. All right, I wonder how much damage we have theoretically here. Oh, I didn't even do the thing. I didn't even click the button. I didn't even get to click the button, man. Ah. Yeah, keep these guys. What is better to play, Excavate hand buff or just hand buff? I think regular hand buff with charge minions is more than enough. Excavates are quote unquote better if you're trying to go for a more value-oriented game. I don't think you need the value. What are we outvaluing that isn't Warrior? We're already favored against Warrior, I think. All right, give me that whelp. Ooh, the double whelp? Yo, double whelp, dude. Okay, this guy is playing Highlander. Because no self-respecting Druid would put Viper in their deck right now if they weren't Highlander. So we do have to think about Reno, which is sad. But it's just the way it is. Ooh, we got the Dorian value now. I am forgoing the ramp on the whelp, and usually that's a really bad idea. Oh shit, well. The sand is actually really good at discount. Maybe I do this first. Alright, so he's already at 10 mana. Okay, I think I fucked up by not taking the extra ramp. I'm not just saying that because my opponent's already at 10. Start from a card from a starting hand. No.
Are you thinking? Are you thinking?
Everybody, pose for the camera!
Time is fleeting.
All right, so we have to do, I think we have to use the fizzle this way. Not because I want to do it this way, but because one, I have to use the swipe, but two, I have to throw out my hand while also putting things onto the field. Okay, that's honestly not that crazy. That didn't activate twice, did it? It looked like the animation proc twice.
A natural mistake. It was.
Wait, what did he do wrong? Oh, wait, why did he trade? Oh, it's always happened? Okay, it's my first time noticing it then. This is guaranteed to get the 1 mana ENR. Wait, is it ever 1 mana cover artist? No. It'd be hilarious if it was, though. I need an innervate, I need funnel cakes.
Crank it up to eliminate!
This has to be lethal. Going into the next turn. Wait. The ENR.
Make your choice.
I bestow these gifts upon the world. The virtue of the wild.
Time is fleeting.
Oh, it's not lethal. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Oh, I thought it was lethal. Oh, I thought it was lethal. Oh, I'm getting renoed. Oh, I'm getting renoed, dude. I didn't count it. I just assumed. I thought it'd be I thought 4 spell damage. 4 spell damage. Wait. Was there a way I could have played the second ENR? No, I didn't have the board space for it.
Hope is an illusion.
Oh, he's taking the full healing? I can still win. He's gonna take the full healing. I could top deck either the snapshot or like a living roots, like another damage card. Okay, that also works. Oh my god, dude. Oh, wait a minute, that's right. Wait, but cover artist. So this now goes to damn it, man, it's still not enough! God damn it! Oh, oh my god! What's even in the snapshot? Did I even snapshot? Okay, I did. And it's okay. It has the OWNLONIUS in it. Wait, so snapshot is my comeback. Wait a minute, then we're fine. We're actually 100% fine then. Even if he plays Reno. Wait a minute, this is just the reason for another reason for snapshot. I think we're fine. And then we get like all of the mana cheat cards back, like funnel cakes. Oh, he's gonna kill the OWNLONIUS now. Does he kill the second one though? ETC. So that's 6. Oh, dude, this is lethal because we have the doll houses. Oh, let's go, dude.
Mistake.
Oh. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Okay, alright. Owl Druid, dude. Let's go. Okay, against the Rogu. The fun Druid deck is Hero Power. No, dude, the fun Druid deck is the Owl Druid with Calligrapho. Because you could deal like upwards of 800 damage. Like seriously. How is that not the most fun deck? It's got the most potential. Just boom. Like I fired the atomic bomb.
Wanna hear my playlist?
Omira, Shinderu, exactly, or some weeb shit like that. I don't know that weeb shit, even though I started watching Jujutsu Kaisen not too long ago. I'm on episode 7 now. But I gotta say, I just absolutely love how fast paced the anime is moving. Alpenheimer. I believe we did. If you know, you know. Alright, not bad. Upgrade that. Miss me with that weeb shit. Wait, what? You're telling me you don't have everlasting love for anime, dude? You're telling me you don't have love everlasting for anime? That's cringe. Okay, so we can Chia Drake 4 mana for 1 draw. We got the 1 mana Drakes for potential spell damage or more card draw if we need it. But Drake into swipe just feels absolutely fine. No, trade to the 2/2. Wait, really? You're, oh my, why do they always get this when it is really good for them? Damn, man, that changes my play completely because he had that extra buff. No, it doesn't. I could do something like this. Well, hold on. Let's actually do it this way. If we do it this way, the minion sticks. I'm getting this next turn. The only reason to do it with the 1 mana card would have been to get value from Toy Chest, and we can get value from Toy Chest later. Oh, man. Oh, really? Okay, well. At the same time, more cards in hand for the Scorpion to not have as much synergy. So that's kind of good for us, actually. Mr. Clark, por favor. What? What do you need? What did I do? Did I miss something? There we go, Toy Chest. Hello. That's a lot of discounts that we have here.
This treasure ain't fit.
That is a lot of discounts we're about to build up here, dude. I don't even really care about any of this stuff. Positioning, lol. Why does my positioning doesn't matter? The minions were just gonna die. Okay, hold on a minute. What's the best course of action here? It could be discount, random discount. All these cards will cost 0. Can't funnel cake if the location is in the middle. Yeah, it doesn't matter though. We're never funnel caking those minions. Conductivity with funnel cake. Oh. Lamau Razor Scale. Oh my god, dude. Conductivity with funnel cake. That is 2 mana to gain 9. That is ENR for 2 mana. It's a lot of refresh if he has 5 minions. Okay, that is true. He does need a lot of minions to make that happen. Otherwise, it would only like... Well, I mean, okay, so it would go from spend 2, gain 9 to spend 2, gain 7. That's still really good if he only has 3 minions. Oh my god, dude. This turret's actually going to be dummy broken. The question is, how do I start it? Start it by spending Innervate. Spend Innervate, press button, play Toy Chest, see what happens.
Choose soon.
We got discount everything by 1 mana too. Whoa, really? Okay, so it unfreezes, right?
Muzzle there.
Cult Neophytes! Wait a minute, do I even care about a Cult Neophyte? No, I don't. Give me the owl. Never fucking lucky. Okay, fine. I guess we'll just have to do it next turn then.
How long can you hold your...
Let the Badlands
What are we doing? What are we doing? Okay.
let the Badlands
Does it have another shadow step?
Now this is treasure. Choose soon. I bestow these gifts upon the world.
That's so much mana, dude. $18. Okay, that is just lethal. I don't even need the ENR, dude. I played the ENR for free. I could have drawn more cards into my deck. I literally played the ENR for 10 mana and didn't do anything with it. Like, there was nothing wrong we could have done there. The math was just in our favor. There was no way of losing that game. Nothing but the funk. Not the whole owl, bro. Whole hour, no ENR, bro.
One dose solves any problem.
All right, one more turn before we get the draw 2.
Crank it up. To eliminate.
Wait a minute, Highlander Mage. What? What? Okay. Interesting. I tried the Freya version with Flower Childs. That deck is kind of outdated. The guy who made that deck is no longer playing it. I think that was like TicTac's like very first idea. And this is the new iteration of the Owl Druid that he's been playing recently. And he has a wonderful win rate with it. Went from 2K to top 500 in one day. And honestly, dude, like outside the one game that I threw, I'm doing pretty well with this deck too. Granted, I have to use my brain a little bit here, but I like that. I like having to use my brain. So we just always do this because we have the mana, plus it gives me a minion. Could do this, draw 2. If we have the right spells to discount, we can already activate the gift. Wait a minute. Okay, wait. Okay, so how exactly does this card work? So this is just Sith Mage then. Draw Frost spell. At the start of your turn, reduces cost by 1. Does this minion need to survive in order for them to get the discount? Because it doesn't have like the thing on the end. Like it doesn't have the end of turn proc. So it actually just discounts every turn? That's so good. But it's only a Frost spell. So this is why people think that this could be like the new way of playing Sith Mage by freezing it. Okay, now that makes sense. So at least I know I don't have to kill the minion now. Yeah, because like look at it. It's not at the end of your turn, reduce the cost of the spell. Apparently the spell keeps the enchantment. That's actually kind of cool. They've never really done that before. We'll just go ahead and do this now just to spend the mana. But next turn we could do this into spell damage, activate the toy chest, and try to get like more vials or something. Oh my. Yeah, it's just for the frozen copy. That's all they care about. Ooh, I guess it's gotta be Dollhouse. Wait a minute, will this just be enough damage? We should push phase. Three spell damage doubled. So that's 6 per spell. So 10, 8s. We need 4 spells to do that. We only have 2 right now. Dude, I'm starting to figure out how to group the math with the spell damage. So that way I don't have to do math and I just can group. It's fancy math. It's different math. Blizzard! Blizzard! Okay, we got the cover artist. I think this is lethal next turn. No way we're dead, right? Wait a minute. Do I even need the cover artist? 10. I have 28. I actually have 28 without the cover artist. But then again, this is just more damage, isn't it? But then again, I don't have the mana to pop this off. I'm at 8. Then I have enough just to do this. Yeah, I have to. Okay, we win. We win. We win. We win. Wait a minute, he gained armor. Wait, you son of a bitch, you gained armor. So just use one swipe.
Are you thinking?
I think I still have to go full Unga. Oh my god, dude, because if I leave this, oh my god, if I leave this alive, he just utilizes it. Wait.
Contemplation.
It's so close. It's one, damn it. Damn it, bro.
I see your strength.
The fucking wisdom ball saved him with the blizzard. It actually saved him with the blizzard. Go on, just copy it. Just copy it. Just do it. I just should have swiped. I just should have like double swiped, and I thought this was enough. I thought it was enough. All right, you know what? This is honestly the great thing about this deck is that every loss except for one today, every loss was because of my own decisions. This is a perfect Hearthstone deck, but people don't want to be told this. This is actually a perfect Hearthstone deck. Every choice you make leads to the decision of the outcome of the game. It just leads to the outcome.